We begin tonight by honoring all those who have served and are currently serving in the armed forces of the United States of America.
Tuscaloosa residents spent the day honoring the servicemen and women of Tuscaloosa this Veterans Day. WVUA reporter Jennifer Edwards joins us now with more in our top story at 6.
Thanks, Lynn and Phillip. I spent the day visiting veterans programs around Tuscaloosa. The Veterans Memorial Park program was moved to Snow Hinton Park because of the rain, but it didn't stop people from showing their patriotism.
Despite the soggy weather, West Alabama residents, state and local officials, and veterans of all ages joined with members of the Veterans Memorial Park Association to honor America's veterans. Alabama Governor Robert showed support to his fellow veterans. Bentley once served as a doctor in the Air Force.
The last 2 years I've tried to go to different places, but this time I wanted to come to Tuscaloosa. It's just a special time to come back home. But wherever we are, we need to honor our veterans, and that's exactly what we're doing here today.
The VA Medical Center was also full of supporters, honoring all of those who have served their country. Keynote speaker, Staff Sergeant Jeffrey Munford, has been serving in the armed forces since he was 17 years old. The reason he enlisted is simple.
I think we was put here to give something that we were blessed with having ourselves. Whether it's our time, whether it's our money, whether it's our efforts, whether it's protection, we were put here to give.
Veterans were not the only ones recognized at the ceremony. Arcadia Elementary student Jack Snyder won an award for his essay on what a veteran means to me.
It's a big hero, and they saved our lives just to be free. They were strong and brave because they went out there and got wounded, and they still alive today.
Jack says he doesn't personally know anyone serving in the military, but they're still heroes to him.
Today was also a special day for Navy Commander Lee Allen Holman of Tuscaloosa. Governor Robert Bentley's staff in the Alabama House of Representatives declared today as Lee Allen Holman Day in Tuscaloosa. Lynn, Phillip.
Great story. Thanks a lot, Jennifer. Well, the University of Alabama also celebrated Veterans today.
The Office of Veterans and Military Affairs had a special ceremony to honor student veterans. The ceremony included the presentation of the colors, the laying of the wreath, and a special guest speaker. It also had a special meeting for Staff Sergeant David Anthony Scott, who re-enlisted into the Army National Guard. Scott is a second-year interdisciplinary PhD student in the Department of Geography at the university. Scott told WVUA how special it is not only to be re-enlisted, but to be re-enlisted at his university on Veterans Day.
It's a great day here at the capstone. More importantly, I'm so really pleased, thrilled, and proud to be a part of something larger than myself here at the university. I also like to show people that there's a balance between being a student, being a veteran, and also being a service member and continuing. And today brought all three together here. It's a really happy moment.
And today's ceremony kicked off the Office of Veterans and Military Affairs Veterans Week. Now, the events include Battle of the Branches Trivia Night, a faculty and staff luncheon, and the grand opening of the Veterans and Military Affairs later on this week. And also honoring veterans today was Morning Point of Tuscaloosa.
The assisted living facility held a ceremony and set aside some time to recognize veterans from each of the different branches of service. Lieutenant Jim Pauland, a 16-year veteran of the Navy, took time to remind the crowd why it's still important to remember all those who've served and sacrificed for their families and our country. Billy James Jones, a Vietnam veteran, says he's so proud of his service and appreciates taking the time to remember all those who have served.
Preserve all the veterans, preserve the ones that's forgotten veterans, the ones that have been out there homeless, no place to go. And there's a lot of them, yes. And I help them out any way I can.
Morning Point honored each of their veterans with certificates to recognize their service. We'll get ready to crank up the heat because it looks like it's going to be a chilly night.
The rainy weather is bringing in a big change in the temperatures. And just how low will that mercury go? Chief Meteorologist Richard Scott has the answer. Hello, Richard.
Hey, Philip and Lynn, good Monday evening to you. Getting cold in a hurry tonight. 50 now in Tuscaloosa, 48 in Birmingham. In fact, one of the cold spots, Hamilton, reporting 45, Coleman 45 as well. Down south, mid-50s happening towards Marion, Clanton, around 54 to 55 this hour. And all of it's going to get a lot colder tonight. We're going to deal with those temperatures near freezing. Some spots even colder than that, just below the freezing point. Clear skies now for much of the area as the cloud cover and the rain moves on out towards the east. That's where the cold front is ahead of that. In fact, we'll notice clearing skies through tonight. The temperatures cool off pretty quickly. We're talking 45 by 7, 43 at 10 o'clock tonight, and how about 37 at midnight? How cold it's going to get? And what about your weekend forecast? Weather straight ahead. Stick around.
Now, on your home team crime watch, 2 wanted suspects are now behind bars in Tuscaloosa. They're accused of attempted murder. Investigators say Cornelius Bernan Sanders and Jarvis Dante Robinson turned themselves in to police today. They are both charged with 2 counts of attempted murder. According to Captain Lloyd Baker with the Tuscaloosa Metro Homicide Unit, the shooting happened Saturday night around 8 o'clock at University Manor on 29th Place. Baker says 2 victims were wounded. A 14-year-old boy was shot in the leg and a 20-year-old was also shot in the stomach.
The University of Alabama has named an interim provost.
President Judy Bonner tapped Dr. Joe Benson to serve in that office. Benson has served as vice president for research and vice provost at the U of A since 2009. University President Judy Bonner says Benson is a respected member of the faculty and an academic leader. He will replace Bonner, who was recently selected as the university's first female president.
Still ahead, a major shakeup in the CIA has government leaders searching for answers. We'll bring you the very latest.
And Coach Nick Saban says he isn't looking back. No one else should either. Gary Harris will have more on that coming up in Alabama's Home Team Sports.